Okay, we're rolling. Say something in your microphone.
Hello.
Say, tap your microphone. Perfect. All right, seems to be working. The needle's above. So, how long have you been selling radio?
Since 2008.
2008. What formats have you sold?
I sold CHR, rhythmic CHR. And then here I'm selling alternative, selling sports talk, selling country, and I'm selling classic rock and Bob and Tom.
So what's the biggest difference about selling Bob and Tom as compared to selling CHR or rhythmic from your past?
Well, I think we focused on home improvement a little bit in those younger demo type stations with CHR and rhythmic CHR. Even though they were in the acquisition stage of their life, they weren't ready to spend the big money on things like foundation services, whole house painting, new driveways. I think that's the biggest change, is really finding somebody that is ready to spend the bigger amounts of money for our longer term campaigns, because they like to associate with the brand of Bob and Tom, which is a tried and true Indiana favorite, and it's really integrated into the fabric of what Indiana is all about.
So the people that buy Bob and Tom, would you classify them more as direct advertisers?
Yes, I think we have a mixture of both, of course, because it is a ratings driven medium, but we approach primarily local direct advertisers. It is not about the ratings when it comes to the lifestyle of Bob and Tom show. They're a comedy show, and they're also the best word of mouth you can have. There's no better form of advertising than word of mouth, and frankly, the Bob and Tom show does that for us.
So many of the customers that you call on are Bob and Tom fans.
Correct.
What's your advice to, let's say, a salesperson in another market that doesn't know much about the Bob and Tom show?
First of all, if they've got a talk, some sort of talk in their market, I would probably research that a little bit, because it's got more time spent listening than a radio station. It's just not the same format as a rhythmic CHR or even a classic rock. You've got longer listenership during that show. So I would probably do the research on, maybe if you've got one, it's a similar type of audience, it's just they're in a different mood. You're not going after the person that's listening to politics. You're going after somebody that wants to hear about talk, and they want to laugh at something. They want to identify with the on-air personality, but they don't necessarily want to get too involved in emotions besides laughing. And that's what Bob and Tom does for them.
So listening to the local news talk station, is that a good place to listen for leads?
I would say absolutely. I've met many leads come that way, especially I brought a home painting service from the local talk. I brought John Deere tractors. I've brought political. I've brought foundation services. They're all fair game, because if they enjoy talk radio where the loyalty lies, is like I like to say, they'll really enjoy Bob and Tom. It's the same type of brand alignment. It's just they're in a different mood.
Let's talk about endorsements. How well the endorsements work.
2 Men in a Truck has been one of my biggest clients, and Christy Lee has done an endorsement for them for many years, and it's consistent. It's a long annual contract. People know that they associate her with 2 Men in a Truck, and frankly, the message hasn't varied much. It's the same spot. People love it because they hear it over and over again. They're like, when I think about moving, I'm going to call 2 Men in a Truck.
Do advertisers tell you that they are heard on the Bob and Tom show?
Yes.
Longer answer would be appreciated.
I have a jeweler here locally that used to be on our news talk station, and they were doing a promotion every year where if it snowed a certain amount of inches on Christmas, that the jewelry was free. So I was able to talk them into utilizing Bob and Tom show just a couple of spots that first year to see if it made an impact. And indeed it did. We saw increased sales. People came in, so they heard it on the Bob and Tom show. There was no doubt in his mind that the show was working very, very well. So the next year he doubled his investment. Then the year after that, he grew it by about 25-30%. So it definitely is working for us in this market because it is a mainstay.
In Charleston, South Carolina, the iHeart cluster there has got the Bob and Tom Show and the classic rock station, but they've also got the news talk station of the market. Does it make any sense to you to maybe package those two together? A long answer would be good.
Absolutely. I think, again, they are the same audience in a way, but if you look in the duplication, there are an audience that is listening to news talk that might not be listening to Q95 or the Bob and Tom Show in this case, or vice versa. I think absolutely I would package them together, and depending on the demographic that you're looking at, you could extend your reach and your frequency by using both stations.
What do you say to a new salesperson who just as a sales manager? What are you saying to a new salesperson about the Bob and Tom Show?
They are your friends that joke around every single day, that meet amazing people, that have the ability to tell everyone in the market what things they like to do, what brands they like, what kinds of things they have to get done on their home. They are your friends.
When you run into what I'll call a buzzsaw at an advertising agency, where you've got a female media buyer who, one, may not listen, or you've got a media buyer that may not necessarily agree with the topics that are discussed on the Bob and Tom Show, what do you say to that?
I would strongly encourage them to listen to the show and then listen to other shows in the market. You'll find that our show is a lot lighter in topic than some of the other shows out there. And frankly, I've not seen anything or heard anything that was so disappointing that I had to change the channel as a woman and a mom of twins.
I think that's good, kiddo.
Okay.
That was good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hopefully I didn't blab too much.
Well, actually, I had and it's good. I had the machine on record, so
Okay,
that's good.
cool.
Don't forget to take your microphone off. And I got two different angles, so it looked like we had multiple cameras running.